welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday, September 6th, 2023. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Happy hump day. As always, we like to hump it up on a Wednesday. And of course, couldn't hump it up without my fellow and lovely co-host herself, Miss Sabrina Vittori. Sabrina, welcome back to the program. How's your hump day doing today?
My hump day is spectacular. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Is it my hump day is good? Does it feel like an extra special hump day to you,
No.
or does it feel like just a normal hump?
Just a regular,
A
reliable, normal hump.
Oh, that's a good hump, though. You know, like, you got to rely on that normal hump. You know, it's just a good thing.
Sometimes it's good. You know, you're used to what you know. You know, it's familiarity that counts.
Yeah, I mean, I rely on the hump, and if without the hump, I wouldn't have our comic aficionado here, Sean Sutherland. Sean, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing tonight? Happy hump day.
Hello. Happy to be here. You know, if it's Wednesday, you know, it's a hump day. You know, it's got to be Kruse Control. Super excited to hit all the breaking news and other stories you got ready for us today, Brian. Thanks again for having me.
Yeah. Happy to have you back again. It wouldn't be Wednesday. It wouldn't be hump day. It wouldn't be Kruse Control today without Sean Sutherland. So welcome back, Sean.
Shucks. Still not canceled as much as GR wants. Here we go.
Let's bring up the
Still
chat
here,
here.
guys. Still here.
It was, we're not going to talk about the past.
That's
Just
okay. I
about
have
today.
a pack of Swifties after me because I didn't. I had the audacity to say I didn't want to see your concert in a movie
Lots of
theater,
Swifties
so.
after Sabrina. Not too
really?
good. Yeah.
Don't
after
piss off
Friday.
the Taylor Swift
Don't
fans.
piss off the Swifties, please. No.
I know.
If anyone bothered to watch past the 5-minute mark, they would have heard what I actually said, which is that she's super talented and empowers people and that I love and respect her. However,
Who's
they were
got
upset.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Apparently no one. Like, I mean, you're on YouTube. You have to do like those 1-minute shorts, and then you can like.
Ain't
make a
nobody got
brand, like,
time
a
for
short
that.
Of me saying the things that they wanted to hear, but like also like it's an opinion-based show, and people are allowed to have opinions. So
It's true.
Catch
And
me
speaking
outside.
of opinions, you know him, you love him. You've heard the voice right now, Mr. Mike Casey. Welcome back to Kruse Control. Happy hump day. How you doing today?
Happy humpy, everybody. No mediocre humps. We gotta, they can't all be mind blowers, I guess, but you gotta aspire for your hump day, right? And today, it's gonna be an excellent humpy. That's all I got to say.
Humpy.
Happy to be here.
Ryan,
Happy to have
giving
you
everybody
back.
some love. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, sending some love your way. Thank you guys for being here. And hump day, it just wouldn't be a hump day if we didn't have some breaking news. Yeah. All right, everybody, the very first thing that I want to dive right into is a cancellation. So this is what's been going on recently, but The Great has been canceled at Hulu. So if you're a big fan of this show, after 3 seasons, it's going away. Now, of course, we're talking about a pretty big Hulu show. And it came back in 2020. It starred Nicholas Hoult, Ellie Fanning's in this. It was created, written by, executive produced by Tony McNamara. And it, of course, was a period of drama revisiting the life of Catherine the Great, Russia's reigning princess, or I should say empress, from 1762 all the way to 1796. And the 3rd season just dropped May 12th. And everyone probably thought it was coming back, but unfortunately, it's gone. Positive reviews on this, too. 7 Emmy nominations as well. And I know Sabrina loved this a lot. So I want to go over to Sabrina for a second because I know Sabrina's bummed. Sabrina, what do you think about The Great being canceled?
I'm honestly really, really sad. This is not like my particular genre. Anyone who watches the show or knows me, like I am not a period piece kind of person. But this is sublime. It is hilarious and raunchy and fun, and like it's just it pushes like every barrier, and it's I don't know, I love it. Nicholas Hoult is spectacular. Elle Fanning is spectacular. But on top of that, all the supporting cast is spectacular. Well, not all, but most of the supporting cast is spectacular. The woman who plays his aunt, oh my God. Like it is so fun and like so irreverent that I don't know, it just made me, when Brian had COVID, and I hunkered down and like just was like we had to be separated, right? So I was basically chain watching The Great. I watched all 3 seasons by the time COVID was over, and
COVID.
What?
My COVID was over.
Yeah, right. Whatever. It was COVID for you, for me. We live in the same house. So
It was her COVID as much as your COVID, Brian. Come on.
Yeah, I wandered around with a mask and I had a hazmat suit on. It was a very rough time for me as well. But yeah, I was obsessed with it, and it was so much fun. And I like the performances are amazing. I urge anyone who hasn't seen it to check it out. I will say this on the cancellation thing: I think they made a very big mistake. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. I think they made a very big mistake in the third season by they lost a cast member, and I don't mean lost like they passed away in real life. Like they chose to lose a person in the script, and I think that could be the reason for the cancellation. And when I was like, I hope this is not real, and it was real, I was like very upset because I don't know how the show could go on otherwise. But it's an amazing show, and I urge everyone to check it out. It's really, really, really good fun. My mom loves period pieces, and I actually told her, I'm like, it's a little bit irreverent. It might be like a little bit too much for you. I talked to her yesterday.
Raunchy.
She was like, she literally was like, I fucking love this show. It is fucking hilarious. She barreled through the entire first season in one day. She's like, I didn't go to bed till 3 a.m., but I made it through the whole first season. So she even loved it. Like it's super fun. It's really, really great. Definitely irreverent. If you have a bit of a, raunchy sense of humor, it's spectacular fun.
But it sucks, Sabrina, because this happens all the time where it's like a show you get into, you expect it to come back, it's doing really well, and then
I thought it was
canceled.
I was excited for the direction they were going to go.
It's probably very much involved with the writer's strike too, and the actor's strike. We're talking about shows just being canceled. They haven't said
everything's just
officially why
shut
it's
down
canceled.
left and right, man.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, and then people are worried about when we're get back to work, so they're like, why would we actually re-up something when it might not come out for 2 or 3 years and we lose our audience? So that's why things are being canceled. Just like another Hulu program, How I Met Your Father is going away, everybody. So if you're a fan of How I Met Your Father, 2 seasons later, the Hilary Duff project is actually going to be canceled. Now, Hulu announced this, and people...
Uh-oh, was that me?
I think Brian is crashed as well.
Oh, I wonder if we're on or not.
Are we still on?
I don't know. I can't see. If anybody's in the chat, if you can hear us, let us know, please. And then Sean and I will know if we have to be the co-hosts for Kruse Control starting in 2023.
Yeah, I mean, this is and they're gone.
Wouldn't be so bad. It's happened before. Oh, hey, yeah, great.
Oh,
great.
Good, they hear us.
Thanks.
Fantastic.
As long as they can hear us, this is an improvement.
Yeah, this is all that matters to me. It's too bad. Obviously, I didn't watch this, but you want Hilary Duff. You want good things for her. You feel like she's one of those kind of actresses that kind of made it out of being a child actress, and it seems like she was getting to kind of do this and enjoy herself a little bit, but not my type of show. So yeah, not that's too bad. Did you watch this show, Mike?
No, I didn't see this. I didn't see How I Met Your Mother. Like, I don't spend an awful lot of time thinking about Hilary Duff, to be perfectly frank. What she?
There's your first mistake.
Yeah, maybe that is my problem. What did she? She was a Disney kid who started on the Hilary Duff show, or she was like some Hannah Montana.
Lizzie McGuire, my man.
Oh, right. Lizzie, right. Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire. She had like a really good couple of years starting with September 11th. So you guys can look into that. The Hilary Duff September 11th conspiracy theory.
So you're legally alleging that she was complicit in
I didn't
9/11 is what you're saying.
I just would like to know where she was.
Okay.
But she was in that Cheaper by the Dozen. She had she got to move from a Disney Channel, kind of like character actress into like a seriouser kind of actress. I mean, she was Agent Cody Banks. Who's not going to forget that one?
Oh, right.
That's a hell of a show right there.
Did you watch the other show, How I Met Your Mother?
I did a little bit. My wife was a big fan of it, and so I gave it a couple of tries. It's
tough. I'm hard with those really big swing, like middle of the road kind of sitcoms that are aiming for like the center of the American public.
They just want everybody. Yeah. No, I can't say that I was a big fan of it, but hey, if that's what it takes to kind of get people to continue watching content and enjoy it, then by all means. But like you were saying earlier, especially with the Great being canceled. This is just kind of what's expected right now. I think people are kind of looking at their slate and being like, hey, things are either going to work out or they're not. And when they can get back to work is going to determine whether or not it's really worth it. So,
that's a good point. If they're like slate cleaning because because people, they're not able to continue their productions, does that mean that there's going to be a moment here coming up once they do resolve things? It's just going to be like all new projects, or we're going to see some of this get like there's no chance in hell that this is getting restarted, like
I can't
something
imagine
popular
it will.
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, especially like something like this, like I think this is kind of one of those shows that's just gonna fall in the cracks of really what people give a shit about. So like I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm trying to remember the last time, we had a strike of this magnitude. What was it like, the culling and then the reclamation of a slate of shows or a slate of content to kind of come up. So yeah, hard to say. I'm not sure really what else they can kind of do here, but I can't imagine How I Met Your Father was able to get a big enough. Oh, hey, Brian's back.
Oh.
Hey!
What are you guys doing? How's your hump day edition
did the plumber
going?
blow your fuse? Sean was educating me all about Hilary Duff's expanded universe.
Yeah.
Oh, she's an expanded universe?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we call it the LMCU. God, I'm so good here. This McGuire cinematic universe. Come on.
Well,
he's in Fuego.
I'm bummed I missed it, but
Ryan, you heard us the whole time while we were fucking bitching and moaning?
Yeah.
We didn't hear you guys at all.
Oh, you didn't?
No, it just everything went off.
Yeah,
Oh, so
Mike
Ryan
and
said I heard you guys.
Mike and I have just yammered.
We were having a good time. You guys can go. You guys can go deal with whatever else you're dealing with. That's fine.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, maybe you were having a good time, but the fans of How I Met Your Father are not having a great time. Like, as I said, How I Met Your Father's canceled after 2 seasons. Now, this is a story that capitulates back and forth back in year 2021, where a close-knit group of friends, now it's a play off How I Met Your Mother, of course, is by the same creators. They're trying, in the midst of figuring out who they are, what they want out of life, and how they can fall in love in this new age of technology with apps and dating and all that. And of course, it tells the story of like how they met the father. Well, unfortunately, now after 2 seasons, we thought we'd get more Isaac Aptaker, Elizabeth Berger, and then alongside with all the other creators, we're like, yeah, we're gonna do a lot of these. I mean, the first series did so well, we're gonna get a bunch of them, but unfortunately, Hulu said no, and they didn't say why either. It's probably the same route. But the Great, maybe it's the strikes, maybe it's the fact that ratings weren't what they want them to be. But I mean, Hilary Duff, who was a producer, is probably bummed about this too. 20th Television made this. And for a lot of fans, they're probably bummed. But you know what? We probably never will find out who the father is now. Just like we'll probably never find out what Bat Clooney was up to in the Flash franchise, because the Flash is done, everybody. And they're going to find out what Bat Clooney was doing, if he was really doing anything out there. But what happened to his life after those bat nipples went away and he got old and gray, I don't think we'll ever find out.
Oh my God.
Where did his bat nipples go?
They went away, Mike. But they only made.
They're still on his suit.
But the Flash only lost about $200 million for WB, so not a big deal, right? When it all is said and done.
How many?
200 million, they're saying, after all is said and done.
Loss?
About 200 million loss, yes.
Ooh.
And it ranked number 1 though on streaming this last weekend. It just
congratulations for nothing.
It just beat out the "You Are So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah." But you know what? Whatever. If you look at the whole breakdown when it comes down to these DC movies, though, think about this. So over the weekend, they made $1.1 million streaming. Million views, I should say. 1.1 million views. How's that break down? Well, Wonder Woman made 2.2. That was Wonder Woman 1984. Suicide Squad, 2.8 million. Zack Snyder's Justice League, 1.8 million. And, so that 1.1 million is not the best, really, for them. So unfortunately, The Flash, again, they hoped that when it went to streaming, it would do really well. But again, The Flash disappears
1
like
million?
a flash.
They're getting $200 a stream, right? That'll even them right out.
They're not even getting that, Mike. I mean,
not even 200 a stream, really. Not even that much.
I doubt they're getting anything. They're losing money on this. They're losing money. And WB's probably pissed. They're probably maybe we shouldn't even release it. But WB also is losing. They're saying $300 to $500 million this year because of the strikes. That's right. Zaslav's whole bragging about making $100 million because everybody was like, everyone wasn't working. We got money in the bank. It's great. Well, they're breaking it down a little bit. Now it's looking like it'll be a hit of $300 to $500 million based off the adjusted EBITDA, which is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Now, this is for 2023. I know it's huge. Like that's huge for them. Now, of course, they're going to have some more like cash flow, free cash flow coming in because they don't have money going out to these businesses, to these productions. So they're saying that will go up this year because they're not putting money out there. Barbie brought a lot of free cash flow in, but they're not like spending on productions. So if we keep striking, of course that will go up, but they're going to be losing more and more money because they don't have products coming out for the viewers to actually create capital. So everything Zaslav said before about how it's so great that, we're making all this money to the stockholders, he changed his tune a little bit recently because, hey, you're losing money during this strike. And the writers are going to keep fighting just like the actors, regardless of what Bill Maher says that, this might not be feasible for writers to be doing. They're going to keep fighting. And Bill Maher had this whole statement. I just want to talk about this briefly.
Just seeing his face makes me feel icky inside.
Brutal.
But he was saying that the writers, Mike, are asking for kooky things, he said. It's kooky. And he said, to break it down, no one is owed a living as a writer in Hollywood because it's,
like
you go
insurance.
there. Yeah, it's kooky. Like, who wants this kooky health
a slice
insurance?
of it if you continue to make money off of it for the next 30,000 years.
Right, exactly.
But he says he loves his writers, Mike, but then he says stuff like
So
this. I
full
want
of
to just
shit.
play just a brief clip. He was talking to Jim Gaffigan about this. I'm going to a brief clip for our audience to see what he said in this interview.
Oh, good old Gaffigan.
I feel for my writers. I love my writers. I'm one of my writers. But there's a big other side to it, and a lot of people are being hurt besides them. A lot of people who don't make as much money as them in this bipartisan world we have, where you're just in one camp or the other. There's no in between. You're either for the strike, like they're fucking Che Guevara out there.
A lot of the points, a lot of the grievances, I kind of agree with.
Oh my God.
I do understand that they're getting screwed a bit by the streamers, yes. What are you saying? They're only asking for $80 million?
Well, I'm saying
they're asking for a lot of things.
They're asking for a lot
that
of
are,
things.
like,
okay.
kooky. Like what I find objectionable about the philosophy of the strike, it seems to be they have really morphed a long way from 2007 strike.
Let's see.
Where they kind of believe that you're owed a living as a writer, and you're not.
Oh, God.
This is show business. This is a make or miss league, and not everybody.
Come on, go back to your
that, like,
fistful of
they should-
Percocet, old man. Like,
that
clearly.
streamers should reveal numbers so that they can.
I know,
maybe,
right?
sure.
It's just like he says this, and it's. God,
He's high.
He's high.
He's high. Look at him.
He's
His hairline's his hairline is really doing a lot of work there.
He's a Republican patriot.
I'm a
Yeah,
big
go back
fan
to
of
Fox News.
I'm a big fan of Tim Heidecker. I don't know if y'all know Tim Heidecker of Tim and Eric and what he's been doing. Had a chance to take a look at his Two Tims tour a long time ago. I don't care if you don't like it, Sabrina. It's great.
No, I'm pointing to GR's comment.
Oh,
like
GR?
4 billionaires. That is
All
not,
right, whatever.
Yeah,
that's
4
not what
billionaires.
it is. I love
Anyway,
you, GR, so
thank
much.
you,
You
GR.
know that. Not
Tim
what it is.
Heidecker is doing some really great stuff in comedy right now. One of the coolest things recently that he's done is done a complete satire, just deconstructing this fucker's show, the format, how he handles guests, the topics that he talks about. Like, it's hilarious as all that. But Bill Maher is, oh God, I'm disappointed. I think for a long time he was championed as this guy that was, kind of for, progressive things. And this is just the kind of shit where it's like, like I had an aunt-in-law who used to tell me, oh, just wait till you're older, you'll get more conservative. And apparently that's true for this fucker. Because it's just terrible. Like, yes, there are a lot of demands, but it's
he's
also
pretending
just
that he's not. He pretends that he's still a champion of the working man. He's not.
Exactly.
I don't even think, but I think overall it's like you have
COVID
writers,
shifted
you
him.
are a writer, you admit to that too, and you know that that the business is hard and that people are creating your whole show for you. Like, how do you not like straight up like just support them and just kind of go against them and be like, oh, you're on this side or that side? It's not about that, man. Like, it's about like taking care of the people that work for you, you know?
Yeah,
and
that's
you were
the
there
notion,
before.
I think that's the notion that bothers me the most, is that there are some jobs that you just do not deserve to live off of. That there's just, you know, like there's just, we'll never as a society get over the fact that we just devalue people. We devalue work at such a critical level because that's how they keep us fighting within each other, instead of realizing, oh fuck, those guys ahead of us are the ones that are keeping us fat and lazy and unable to really take care of ourselves. It's disappointing.
There's an insidious assumption or argument that he's making that tells you full on that it's a bad faith argument. He says, oh, no one owes you a job as a writer. Okay, fair enough. No one owes you a writer. You have to compel people to write for you. To say no one owes you a job as a writer is to say that, like, oh, if you have capital, like, you're entitled to compel people to do your bidding, and that's not the case. Like, and it doesn't look that great when you smoke a cigar and lean back in your easy chair looking like the frickin' Onceler from the Lorax. Like, I mean, maybe this is, you know, anything is alleged. He looks high to me. He looks high.
Yeah.
He looks high.
It's his podcast. He's always high.
Yeah, he's like, he's in his basement. He's got his like,
okay. I mean,
he's drinking,
maybe weed or whatever,
smoking.
but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Looks like pills.
Are you talking about?
It looks like pills to me. Yeah. Yeah. Also, Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Way to frickin' have a backbone, dog. Here and on Rogan the other day, I can't even remember, but frickin'. Gaffigan, like, you're making family men and Catholics and stuff look good. So right on Gaffigan. Friend of the show, Gaffigan. Freaking enemy of the show, Maher. I'm over it, dog.
Friend of the show. Newly named friend of the show, Gaffigan.
It just made me lose a lot of respect for him because, like, he knows like all these people by name probably who work for him, and then he's like, I love you guys, but, you know, and I get a lot of people are hurting other businesses because there's a strike happening. You're talking about, you know, the restaurants, the catering stuff. There's a lot of people like that. But, you know, overall, I just think that, you know, you have to support these people. And, you know, if the big wigs actually just paid the money and took care of them, we wouldn't be dealing with this right now. And, you know, it's never going to end unless they actually cough up part of their money, Zaslav. Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think this is, does this help at all? Or do you think he was being, GR saying maybe he was being sarcastic? Do you think that's the thing?
GR, that's to my comment. Because I was saying, it was out of context. Like, you were commenting, the comments don't come like as they show, like as you type them, they don't come here. So like it was a little bit late. And if you rewatch what happened, like I had the revelation that I called you out for no reason. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you. And thank you. So yes. And also in Brian's like meme situation, it was a doobie, not a cigar. However, in the actual interview with Jim Gaffigan, it was a cigar. I think that's the confusion in that situation.
What a creeper. Look at that.
Be careful
My
what you
God.
say, Smitty. He's looking at you.
Can you make a face like that, Sean? Do you have enough evil in your soul to pull that off?
Can we do a side-by-side, Brian? Can we do a side-by-side? Hold on. I'm getting there.
Yeah, give me a second here. We'll go back to Sabrina. We can do a side-to-side.
I'll just wait.
Sabrina, no, take it away. Do you think this is a good thing that
now you're going to a full Sabrina.
Yeah,
Great.
is this productive at all, Sabrina?
No, I don't think it's productive at all. I'm actually, I used to really like Bill Maher. Like, back in the day, I used to really like him. I used to enjoy his show. I enjoyed, like, even recently on his show when he had like the new rules segment, like I would sometimes skip through the whole show and watch the new rules, and I'd at least get, you know, 1 or 2 laughs. This is astonishing to me because you have all the other like late night hosts, even though he's not technically a late night host. You have John Oliver, who kind of has the same job he has, right? And you have Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, and Stephen Colbert doing a podcast and donating the proceeds to their writers.
And he was talking shit about them too, kind of. He's
I can't imagine more support than that. And you're out here being like, no one guaranteed you a fucking career. Like, are you kidding? Are you fucking kidding? Like, it's, I don't know. As someone who works in the entertainment industry, like, I get it. I get it that it's shitty that no one else is working too. And I get it that the problem is spanning out further than writers and actors. I get that. I understand that grips aren't working. I understand that gaffers aren't working. I understand that 728 is not working. I understand that there are why are you laughing?
Sean.
No, I'm trying to do the I'm trying to do the picture. There it is.
Oh, there he did it.
There you go.
Hold
There
on,
you
hold
go.
on.
Maybe you do have enough evil in your
Well,
soul.
You need to have a smaller picture of Sabrina next to you too. That'd be
Yeah,
better.
a little molestier, Sean.
Oh, there you go.
You got to use that as the thumbnail, Brian.
Yeah, there we go.
You gotta.
But Sabrina, like you were saying, it's like these people, other people like Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, all them
Yeah,
are
they're all
standing up.
supporting, and like I've said many times on this show, like Conan O'Brien during the last writer's strike, that just went and straight up did an improv show and paid his fucking writers the entire fucking time. Like that's the way to go about it. What you're doing, making money on your own podcast and then talking shit about people, that's not how you do it.
No.
That is not how you do it. I'm
Right,
actually
that's
offended
extra
and
sketchy.
upset.
It's really fucked up.
You're not. I'm not. I'm. You know, like she's not that into you. Well, she's not that into you anymore. I used to like you. Kindly, you can go fuck yourself. I'm just not. I am appalled.
He's taking the pulpit. He's taking the pulpit that his writers built for him, privatizing it for himself
way,
for the
you're a
podcast,
stand-up
and then
comedian.
benefiting
You're
it
a
on
fucking
for that without. It's terrible.
Yeah,
You're a writer.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a writer. What you do is write, and then you go and tell jokes on stage. He came from stand-up comedy. He's a fucking writer. And he even said, I'm one of my writers. But you're also the star of your show. So you make a shit ton more money than your writers, and you don't even give a fuck about them.
No,
and
one bit.
also, like, really quickly, like, you're saying that no one owes you, like, you don't deserve to make a living, or, like, no one promises you to make a living, or whatever the fuck that stupid comment was. No, they don't. But if they're good enough to write on your fucking show, they should be able to make a fucking living. So fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm so upset and appalled by your fucking bullshit. And because I was a fan
Shoot,
of yours. And not that you're watching, but if you ever do, fuck off.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Go interview fucking Rasha Moskowami or whatever the fuck that asshole's name is, who says we should raise the voting age to 25. Go do that.
But
I don't want you anymore.
As someone that's like supposed to support writers, like we're saying, he's a writer himself. Like
No, he's an asshole. He's a rich
he should be
asshole.
standing up for people and taking care of them, because writers are striking and writers run the world. Like I said, when it comes to Hollywood, they're the backbones of every script, of every set, of every production.
How do you have
and
a
writers are very
fucking movie
important.
without a writer?
Yeah.
How do you have a show without a writer?
It's just
that's
like-
ridiculous.
Sabrina, it's just like you wouldn't have had Wednesday without Jenna Ortega being a writer on that, because she said that she was a huge part of the writing. But I'm going to say no.
Punch it
But
up.
Jenna Ortega apparently going on the internet that she's dating Johnny Depp. That's a huge thing going around right now. And, it's just like a thing that's been happening in the news. And I laughed when I saw it. And I'm like, you know what? In case you've been on the internet and you saw this, just to clarify, they're saying they're not dating. So in case you're wondering, Jenna Ortega, who is 20, and Johnny Depp, who's 60, are not dating. Johnny Depp is not getting in there. It's not a thing. Jenna Ortega said that she had to address this because people saw them apparently together outside the Beetlejuice sets. People were like, maybe they're hanging out together. This is how this shit goes. It goes crazy, you know. But she made a whole statement saying it's ridiculous. I can't even laugh at this. You know, I have never met or worked with Johnny Depp and in my life. So please stop spreading this and leave us alone. And of course, Johnny Depp's like, hey, this is appalling. This is baseless and malicious rumors. They're intended to harm our reputation and career because, you know, again, he dealt with the whole Amber Heard thing. So he's probably like, whoa, calm down. Leave Johnny Depp out of this. Johnny Depp wants no more drama for the next 5 to 10 years because, you know, nobody needs that shit. You know, he's already had enough.
5 to 10 years, then I'm good for all the drama.
I'm good. We can bring it back around.
Bring it in.
But I'm turning 70. We can get some new drama. That'll be fine, but not
We'll do some
dating
Bill Murray
Jenna
shit.
Ortega. And I rolled my eyes because, of course, whatever, right? This is just dumb shit, right? Sabrina, you didn't expect them to be dating, right?
Hey, dude, first of all, Johnny Depp is an amazingly generous human being, and he's also gorgeous. Like, so I'm sorry that you're offended that people thought you were dating a spectacular actor who is fucking hot and super generous. He funded that tramp and her entire family and friends to live in his penthouses. Like, let them be so fucking crass about it, bitch. Okay? So, sorry, I'm not really a big fan of the way that you handled it. Although, yes, I get it. Like, we're not dating. Cool. You could have put out that statement. Let's not put it out like it's you have scabies. Like, for fuck's sake. Like, rein it in. Rein it in. Johnny Depp for
Scabies?
life. Love you, bro.
Yeah, I just leave Johnny alone. Leave Johnny alone.
Yeah,
That's all I can say.
don't
You know,
Britney
Jenna
him.
Ortega, start dancing into the distance. Mike, could you ever see these two in a relationship? Do you think this would be kind of funny, like the Tim Burton, like of the original Tim Burton age to the new age Tim Burton?
Did date Winona.
Could they be a good princess? What was that? Not Princess Bride. What was the Corpse Bride? Corpse Bride. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Beetlejuice also sounds like it could be a contagious skin condition, doesn't it? Like scabies. So
It could be.
I don't know. You could get that all over people. I don't know. Is it that astonishing? Or you can see why if people think that Johnny's dating a woman or having some sort of relations with a woman half his age, would it be that shocking?
Totally normal.
I don't know if it would necessarily be that shocking, but yeah, he seems like a cool guy, right? I don't.
People won't give him a
so
second
weird.
chance, Kevin.
It's just such a weird.
They should.
It's such a weird moment of the celebrity
him a second
news
chance.
cycle, like because you think that he'd have a minute, like just to breathe before people start throwing. And is he still that gorgeous? Sabrina, really? Like
No, he's gorgeous on the inside. So it
okay,
doesn't matter.
that's even
He's
better. I
gorgeous
wasn't
on the
giving you
inside.
enough. I wasn't giving you enough credit.
He is
Yeah.
gorgeous on the inside. He literally took all that shit on the chin that she put him through, and fucking like his ex, like basically like fucking like sang his praises. He raised his children. He did all the things right in that way. I understand that he was an addict and like, you know, probably made a lot of questionable decisions, but like he's never actively tried to hurt someone that he loved. And she tried to make it look that way. And I'm not a fan of that fucking bullshit. I'm not going to fucking play into your fucking hand. He supported her family and all of her friends lived in all of his penthouses. Like he was the most generous person on the planet because he loved her, and all she did was try to turn anything. And you know, obviously this is an opinion on their relationship, but that we got to see that play out in court. We got to see that like firsthand. So that's something that I have, you know, knowledge about as to the type of person that he is. And I don't believe that like you should judge a book by their cover, like insofar as like what you look like currently. Like he is beautiful on the inside.
Leave him alone. Sean, this is all nonsense, right? You're like, why are people even talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Johnny's actually doing this right now? Like when he hears this rumor, do you think he's just running for the hills?
Yeah, I think he's, whatever he's done, I think he's learned his lesson. I don't think he's looking for controversy at this point. I don't know him to be this kind of cradle robber is maybe that's an appropriate term for this kind of thing. But yeah, we ain't got nothing else better to talk about, so let's just let's just go to the let's go to the Johnny Depp rumor mill. Why not?
Wow, Sean, you're getting ballsy.
I think GR's right. I think biologically speaking, he could be her grandfather.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Has been done.
I mean,
There's younger grandfathers out there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But Al Pacino and Robert De Niro both impregnated people half their ages.
Yeah, they're very happy.
What's Kellis was just dating Bill Murray. Kellis.
I think it's Khalees, but
Khalees. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck up her name. I apologize. So this is a thing. This is a thing. And it's not my job to tell you who you can and can't be in love with. So like their age difference, while suspect, if they were actually in love, I'd be like, great, good for you, bud. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like whatever. That's on you. I'm happy that people can find people that the fact that they've never even met is, it's weird that people are always trying to like sew together a story that doesn't
find
exist.
something,
They want to ship them, yeah.
They want some
But I
drama.
don't have a problem with their
of
age
course.
difference if they were together and in love. Like I don't care,
But Sabrina, like Johnny Depp doesn't need any more drama, as we're saying, right?
Yeah.
And he's gone to court quite enough. I don't think he needs any more drama that way, too. But, a quick thing, someone else who's been to court just recently is Jonathan Majors. And this happened today. So I want to very quickly say this because it's a quick update before we continue on. But Jonathan Majors went to court today. Almost 6 months. Almost 6 months. Breaking news that after the whole allegations came forward and they pushed the trial again. So they went in, it was less than 5 minutes pretty much, and they had a whole talk, and he didn't even come in, it was all remote. And the prosecution said, hey, we're ready to move forward. The people are ready to do this. And the defendants were like, well, the defense was pretty much like, we have to actually, there's some deficiencies they were saying in the discovery that still needs to be addressed. So the judge actually said, okay, let's push it again. So they're going to have another meeting. That's not even the trial starting yet. September 15th, they're going to go back into court again. And I think he's going to be again remote because that's not the actual trial. And they're going to try to figure out a good time to actually start this trial. And it just seems like it keeps getting postponed and postponed and postponed. And for Marvel fans out there, you're wondering what's going to happen. And everyone's wondering. But of course, Marvel and Disney probably are not going to address this for a while because there's a strike and there's no need to address it until we actually have a verdict and it could affect the Marvel universe going forward. And so Jonathan Majors got his day in court very quickly. And, Disney's have to deal with it later. But, Disney might not pull him quite yet. From all the Ant-Man stuff, all the Quantum Mania, the Kang, the Gang Dynasty and all that. But Disney did pull a bunch of programs from Charter Spectrum. So if you are a part of Charter Spectrum, and that is a lot of people, guys, a lot of people. I'm talking about affecting like 14.7 million people lost ESPN. They lost FX, the Disney Channel, Nat Geo, Freeform. All the Disney affiliates are actually owned by Disney. All those channels were pulled. If you're a person, you know about this. I don't want to talk about it, but it's gotten. And if you're a person that knows about this, you know about it. But if you're affected by this, it's a big deal. And here's a quick update about this because since Thursday this happened and some stuff kind of came forward why it's going down. Pretty much comes down to two things. It's streaming overall. It's all about streaming overall. It's all about Disney Plus and the Hulu Plus package and the ESPN package. It's all about that. But it's price. That's a big deal. Price, how much will the carrier actually pay per channel? Big deal. And also distribution. What percentage of the footprint will the actual be required to have the channel in their package? And Spectrum's been actually talking about this being like, hey, we built you without, before us, you didn't have anything. Like all these channels were built on our backbone. And now the fact that it's changing to streaming, you're trying to leave us in the past. Like they want a lower price because they said that people aren't coming to their paid channels anymore. They're not buying Charter Spectrum, so it should be cheaper. And they want to package all these different things for free. So if you have Disney Plus, ESPN, you have all this, they're saying if you have Spectrum, you should be able to get the apps for free. And Disney said, no, that's not how this is supposed to work. We'll work out some deals. They said they gave them a good deal on this. That could be like, add-on packages that, subscribers can get it for cheaper. If you have Spectrum, you get it at a discount, but you shouldn't get these apps for free. But that's where they're kind of at a, impasse. So it all comes down to the streaming and it all comes down to, can they figure out? Zaslav made a whole thing about it being like, it's a time in history and we'll see where it goes. And it's like, yeah, where it's going to go is pretty much you're going to probably try to cut Spectrum out because less and less people are actually buying these bundles. Here's the actual image that comes up. You have Spectrum. This is what you get. Like less and less people are buying these cable packages. And now people are just like, like I said, 14.7 million people without their channels right now. It's huge. And it's really frustrating if you have Charter Spectrum.
For real? This is what they put up?
That's
Drama
what they put up there too.
Queens? Wow. They're getting salty in everybody's living room. That's like if that was a Facebook post, I would delete it after the fact.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So if you're on there and you go to that channel, that's what you got. And so there's a big back and forth. I don't know if they'll work it out anytime soon. So you might be left in the dark. Hulu packages went up by 60% because of this too. All the streaming stuff because people couldn't get their ESPN the other way. And I know a lot of people like Ty Boogie in the chat too was saying too, it's like he can't get, he couldn't get his ESPN. A lot of people can't get their channels. My uncle called me up like, I can't get my Nat Geo. And you're going to hear that a lot more because they're not working a deal.
I love that Uncle
Nat
Marty.
Geo's the one you're going to pull there?
He's like,
He was very upset about Nat Geo.
The other monkeys and they can't see it. And it's very upsetting. I want to watch a leopard kill a fucking hippopotamus. I don't know why.
This is all of course we have the strike stuff. So I think it's all building on top with Disney. Everyone's going after Disney right now. And they should give, less and less people are on Spectrum. So give them a deal, whatever, less and less people are using the service anyways. And like I said, they're saying that, Disney, hey, if it wasn't for us, the Disney Channel never would have been what it was or what it is today because we put you on our network, we worked a deal, and people got to love and learn who you are, and then you got to spawn off, and you shouldn't just punish us now when we're not doing so well. And I just don't know how long it's going to take for them to work a deal if they work a deal. People might lose these channels because if Hulu is surging, why would you, that's more money in Disney's pocket, and if they're not going to pay what Disney wants, why would they do it? I don't know. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's go to Sean fast. Sean, do you think that they'll work a deal? Do you think this will come around, or do you think that Bob Iger will actually just be like, fuck Spectrum, that's the thing of the past?
Yeah, it doesn't, regardless of who comes out on top here, the only people that lose are the customers themselves. Once
Yep.
again,
It's
big
true.
fucking surprise.
Voice
There
of
was a
sanity.
great, yeah, thank you. There was a great article I read today. The streaming wars are over. We lost, and basically that's it. You know, it's like Disney can pull this kind of shit.
Mhm.
Spectrum can be all negative about it, and no matter, you know, I'm sure that there's some level of truth in what they're saying like this. I did like Disney's response to them being like, well, you could just get the Hulu and live TV bundle to get your Disney back.
Yep.
Thanks. That's exactly what these
That's all it takes.
subscribers. That's exactly what these Spectrum subscribers wanted to hear. So yeah, no, it absolutely is a terrible situation. I think the issues that Disney are facing right now are much bigger than this, and it's everything is kind of just rolling into each other. It's just no one's gonna turn out, you know, like looking good on this, regardless of how long they try and make them play ball or strong arm them. It's disappointing to see this is where we're at.
I know, and it sounds like they're so far apart, just like Disney's far apart with all the writers and the actors. Same deal. What do you think, Sabrina? Sean, do you think this will get, or do you think this will get worked out fast and people will get their, their Disney back?
No, I don't think it's going to work out at all, honestly. I agree with Sean that the customer is the one losing out 110%.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they blew another fuse, perhaps. Oh boy. Let's go to Mike.
Oh man, you're so quick hopping into the host chair just like that. Great, because I never have any guarantee that Brian's going to throw it to me, and I've got opinions on this shit. Sean, you're right on the money, like with your comments about Disney in the early half of the 20th century, like the legislators in the United States were about breaking up trusts. They saw that it wasn't in the benefit of everybody to have infinitely generating pools of capital that just get concentrated and more concentrated. So I think really the question here is who's the tail and who's the dog, right? In terms of like who's wagging who, right?
Yeah.
And so it's, if Disney says I'm the dog and they can do it, then they will, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also see this in terms of like, you have emergent technologies or whatever that change the landscape. Like Netflix, you had their early precursor with the mailed stuff, but that didn't really change everything. But then streaming, it was a whole new workplace. So now we're seeing everything bundle up. Like it's getting back to the cable days.
Yep.
That kind of a situation. So what's the next disruptive technology? Are we going to be wearing our augmented reality headsets? I've been seeing that in my feed lately. Like I don't know what it would be.
No, I don't think anyone really knows what the next thing is. I know for a long time, that was even put on the consoles, the PlayStation versus Xbox. There's always that idea of the Xbox becoming the entertainment hub and everything being able to be done there. And are they going to start, jumping into it and do their own thing? And I know that PlayStation had their own kind of TV shows exclusives for a long time.
That's true.
And that didn't really go anywhere. So yeah, I don't think we've seen what the next kind of disruptive technology is going to be. God, I hate that word, disruptive.
Oh yeah, ad man over there.
Yeah,
you probably hear that a lot more than the lay folks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, back in the day, this is unrelated to this, but back in the day when I used to work with a lot of startups, it's like you hear it so damn often.
Mm-hmm.
I just
everybody wants to be disruptive, right?
Yeah.
We're the new paradigm.
Give me a nickel. Yeah, exactly. What's the new paradigm? We got to shift it. And here's some disruptive shit. And all I really care about is my cat looks cute when she sleeps on my backpack.
100%, Sean. I think jumping, trampolining off of your cat looks cute on your backpack, which I know that's a spicy take for Kruse Control this evening.
Hot take.
I actually think that your comment about relating it to the console industry is interesting because obviously in media we've got these. It's a very contentious and sketchy battle that's happening between fewer and fewer players, but you've got ClearNet or whoever, people owning all these news programs, and terrestrial stations, and other kinds of businesses that are conglomerates, hedge funds, etc. Where you compared with the consoles, which actually, despite the fact that there's only a few key players, actually seem to have a fair level of healthy competition. To me, is that it's weird? It's weird, right? Like, there seems to be some good faith there in that. I
think so.
Right?
Yeah, and I think even the ones that have tried to be like disruptors or differentiators.
Yes, I know.
Hello, you're back.
Sorry.
Something's going out there. Fuses.
The fuses apparently keep blowing. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for carrying the show.
The toddler next door keeps going crazy with that fork. Yeah.
We so intensely appreciate that. I don't want to interrupt you guys. You want to finish the thought? Who was just talking?
I've completely forgot what I was saying.
That there seems to be healthy competition in the video game industry.
Yeah, and even the companies that have kind of come to the table and tried to do it their own way have realized, no, this market can't sustain more than 3 or 4 at a given time, and are just making peripherals for the core service. But the biggest one I think that could, kind of be related is the Steam Deck, or even the
Disruptor. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So Steam Deck
and not even really, not even Disruptor level though, right?
No, it's still niched. It's still early days. People are still kind of figuring out how exactly to use it and how best to implement it into their lives. And I think we'll just kind of see what the impact is when it gets to this streaming bullshit.
Yeah. And I think Kevin's right too. A lot of people will, Spring was going to say it too, a lot of people will actually go to Hulu. It's just what's happening already, 60%.
Yeah, they'll just get, pay the extra money to get ESPN. But and for Disney, I don't really see a plus, no pun intended, to giving their content to fucking Spectrum, which, by the way, we have Spectrum. I don't have TV through them, but we have internet through them, and it's wildly expensive. But if Disney is
crazy compared to streaming.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But if you're trying to get your revenue back from this strike, why wouldn't you pull something like ESPN that is so wildly popular? So you basically are forcing people to now pay extra money through their Hulu/Disney Plus membership in order to, be able to watch sports as well.
The sports are a wild card in the media empire. They have to have completely different dynamics.
ESPN is ESPN. Everybody watches ESPN. Anyone who likes sports watches ESPN. I've watched ESPN my whole fucking life.
Well, that's why
I just mean in terms of they're the only people that are pulling advertising revenue, live advertising revenue at all right now, except for YouTube or whoever.
Right, but if they're pulling their content from Spectrum, and you can no longer watch ESPN on Spectrum, I guarantee there's going to be a spike in Disney Plus /Hulu/ESPN subscriptions, because people are not going to want to lose their fucking sports. Sports are like a religion to people.
Totally.
I have a Yankee tattoo on my ankle. I will not ever not watch Yankee baseball. Okay. I love sports. I'm a sports person. I need to have ESPN. So they're just basically boosting their sales in a fucked up, shitty way.
That's the thing, though. The fact that people have that attachment to sports means that in terms of internal business data metrics and money managing, you're a different animal than somebody who doesn't have those same allegiances and is just going to pop between streaming services, which is me.
But there's also people who are obsessed with fucking Star Wars or obsessed with Marvel that are also going to do Disney Plus.
I can always come back to Star Wars in 5 years once they've done out all the episodes. You with sports can't do it.
Look behind me.
It's different.
It's all Yankees. It's Yankees everywhere. It's all
They're
Yankees
different.
But Mike,
all the time.
But Mike, the question really is though, did Ahsoka bring you back to Star Wars? Because Ahsoka is out right now, and we've been talking about it, back and forth. But Ahsoka episode 4, half of the season is out, halfway there, everybody. Has it gotten better? What do we think about this? The big thing I heard too today is that episode 5, they're going to actually release it into theaters. Like they have like a little limited run so people can watch the 5th episode.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a whole thing they announced because
Taylor Swift effect.
apparently episode 5 is like, or I say part 5 of this Ahsoka franchise is going to be really a big deal. Of course, spoiler alert, everybody, if you haven't seen it, Hayden Christensen's back. And apparently it's going to delve into this whole new realm on the next episode. And so much so, like Dave Filoni actually directed this episode, and they're planning on bringing it to theaters because they say it's going to restore Star Wars in a way it hasn't been in a long time. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Like, I don't know if they put that much faith in an episode. Just like we talked about, like, you know, The Flash, they put so much faith in that. Look how bad it did. So you can't overhype things, but they're overhyping it. They're bringing it to theaters. I thought this new episode was actually better. We're moving it forward. Stan's the smoke monster. I think that was a kind of a red herring, if you will. Like they had the whole idea that we all jumped to conclusions, you know? We thought it would be something it wasn't. And then it became a smoke monster from Lost as opposed to being an actual character, which, you know, it is what it is. The fighting was good. I love what's been happening with Balin.
Was the fighting good?
I like the fighting. I think Balin was great in it. I think he had a good moment with Ahsoka. Started actually believing Ahsoka a little bit.
Lightsaber fight against that other guy with the double red, whatever the fuck his name was, like that was abysmal.
That was cool. But how do you beat that? And she was like, and she killed him. You know, I don't know. It just seemed like it was an unstoppable lightsaber.
Stunt coordinator, get a new one.
Yeah, well. You know, somebody. So Sabrina, this didn't sell you. You're not going to go see episode 5 in the theaters next week?
No, dude. Are you insane? I barely want to watch it on my couch. I'm certainly not going to watch it in a movie theater for $23. Like, fuck off.
Is there anything good about it?
Yeah, no, actually. The good thing in the beginning of the episode was like that they like just, well, we're better together. And like they had just come off like this high of like working together very well, you know, which is Jedi Padawan bullshit. Like when we did this, you know, and they hid in the fucking poppy trees or whatever the fuck those trees were. Cool, great. They easily defeated some fucking enemies, and then they fucking sailed off to do this thing and get the thing. You know, the lightsaber fight between whatever that guy's name was. What's his name? Like the robot-y looking guy. What does anybody know his name?
Merrick, right?
Merrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was so abysmal. Like I don't know why. I don't know who's choreographing these fights, but like this should be a high point, like a highlight of this show. Is like, I mean, it's fucking Star Wars, right? Lightsabers are the thing. I don't know how in the world it's boring. It was boring to watch Ahsoka. Is that how you say your name? Ahsoka?
Ahsoka, yeah.
I always fuck it up.
I don't know. The original lightsaber battles were not necessarily that exciting. If you go back,
they were.
I feel the same way, Sabrina, but then I go back to
1912.
Chop.
Yeah, obviously exaggerating, Sean.
Okay.
I
always have to confirm with you, Sabrina. I don't know what you do know. I don't know.
That was a joke, and it didn't land with you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry.
Okay,
like I'm just saying, it was the technology has gotten so much better now. Like there should be a kick out. Like it should be fucking like we watched Luke Skywalker in his like Luke Skywalker days. Fucking have an epic lightsaber battle scene on Mandalorian at the end of season 1, or was it season 2?
Season 2.
Thank you. That was I was enamored by it, and it was CG's fucking deep fake face. I don't know how you managed to do that, but you can't
really good stunt guy.
A proper lightsaber scene between Ahsoka and Merrick, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Sean's thinking about it.
So yeah, Sean's thinking about it. No, I'm just saying. I've been in all 4 episodes. I've been supremely disappointed by the fight scenes and the stunts and the lightsaber shit. Honestly, that's number 1. Number 2, the fact that Sabine basically just had to wave a fucking bacon strip in front of her face, and she was like, "Yeah, okay, cool, I'll just turn." Like what? Fuck you.
All it takes for me.
Crush for that.
Fuck you. You're not a Jedi Padawan. Sir.
I love bacon. That's
or
all.
That's
all
all
if you don't
me.
like bacon, I don't like you. Let's be clear.
Bacon can change the world.
Sean, you're up.
Yes.
So Sean, do you feel the same about this, or you think we're going in the right direction finally? And will you go see this in a theater?
I think, honestly, you know, thank you for reminding me that this is halfway through the season. I definitely felt like we were missing something. Something had to start happening. Now it's great. Okay, the bad guys are getting closer to Thrawn. Sabine's kind of had a change of heart to, a character, betrayal, if you will,
Huge
to
change of
find out.
loyalty.
Yeah, exactly. To see Ezra again, the chance at seeing Ezra again, right? I would say this about the fighting: it's not the strongest, but it's definitely not the worst. I think to Mike's point too, like there's almost a level of heightened audience expectations the more that action kind of evolves as a medium for movies, and Star Wars is not included within that list too. Like, of course we're gonna expect things, but like if you listen to a lot of like the original kind of designs and kind of forward planning for Star Wars, like these are supposed to be duels. These are supposed to be like heavily kind of focused battles. Nothing about all of a sudden jump. It's not about Yoda doing backflips. It's not about
no one asked for that.
it's not about Christopher Plummer losing his hands. It's nothing like that, right? But
it should be a push back and forth. Like it should be like even though I didn't love what's the one with Ewan McGregor?
Kenobi.
Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan, thank you. Even though I didn't love that fight scene between him and Hayden Christensen in the end
much more believable. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, so what the fuck are you doing?
No, I think it's a little bit is of the Dave Filoni of it all. A little bit is the the expectations of something has got to happen. Something something cool. What haven't we seen yet when you consider Star Wars yet? And I think that's what the extended universe is trying to give us. Is trying to give us, unexpected things, or maybe things that make us think about, everything is being referenced in a way, Dave Filoni has mentioned and talked about. I know he's a Jedi. I'm just saying,
he be able to fucking fight like a fucking master.
Mike's like,
sure,
it's slow.
She's not a master though. She never completed her training, and so there you go.
Okay,
I will say this:
no seat on the council.
I will exactly. I will say this. I am very excited for the 5th episode, having just watched the 4th, and especially where the 5th episode things. I do feel like, again, with a lot of the not even Marvel or not even Star Wars, it's just all these Disney shows have just got a real pacing issue.
100%.
And like finally something is happening, and if I gave a little bit more shits, I might go see this in a theater. My TV at home is fine enough for this, and
me too.
Yeah. I can pop popcorn on my own time. So
yeah,
amen.
And I think
way cheaper.
I think it's gonna get. I feel like the back half is gonna be. Maybe they should have started at episode 3. You know what I mean? Almost. But they had all the backstory. They needed that backstory. People that didn't watch Rebels, people that didn't watch Clone Wars, and so I think they felt like they had to kind of give you more of that, right? And before you got into the actual story.
To me, it's like, how would you feel if we hadn't gotten these Ahsoka cameo appearances or guest starring appearances in Mandalorian, right? Like, how would we have felt if it was just a self-contained thing, but because they did all this stuff to kind of they gave her almost like an entire Exactly. They gave her almost like an entire Mandalorian episode,
and they gave her a Boba Fett episode.
Boba Fett episode, thank you. It's like almost, yes, let's get to where this is going. It was just a lot of flaw. I don't think I really needed to watch all 4 episodes to understand where the plot was going or where things were going to happen.
100%.
It was very, honestly, like I was watching the 4th episode and it didn't keep my attention as much as the other ones. It was almost like I already knew or expected what was going to happen. Because of like what everything is,
or
like,
you're not invested.
I felt much less invested in this series than I have with a lot of other Star Wars things. I will continue to watch it because I'm a gigantic nerd and nothing else is really out, especially with all this Marvel news that there's not going to be any more shows this year after Loki and
they pushed Echo. So. Even though Echo is going to be bombing anyways, they're saying anyways.
Oh, rad, Echo. Oh, no. Give me Echo. Oh.
Need Echo so bad.
I think the only thing I really want to see, coming out of Marvel at this point, Loki season 2, hopefully that's great. And then I want to see how they treat Daredevil Born Again. But everything else at this point,
I'm really excited about that.
I'm not super excited for anything else at this moment.
Yep.
Mike, do you think that taking a show like this, they've done 4 episodes, fifth one's coming out, and putting it in a theater will actually help get more people to go back and watch it? Or is it only like a little fan service thing for the moment?
Fan service is a good word for it. If I'm inclined to go do it, if I have time on the afternoon and it's local and I feel like eating some extra butter popcorn, then
And
yeah,
expensive.
that's how I'll spend. But it's so good. Although it makes me really mad when it's not that good. When you get old,
You want it stale?
When
When
you-
it's stale-ish?
$12 stale
Yeah.
popcorn at the theater.
Not great.
Maybe
Not for anybody.
It's infuriating. I don't know. Like the thing is, Brian, at this point, everything's digital technology. So aside from just the rights deals, there's no cost to implementing this. They said they're not giving film reels to kids on bikes, like to send them out ET style to jump over to all the theaters in the United States. Like they're clicking and sending a file. So there's no reason not for them to do that.
Yeah, I agree. It's so simple. It's so cheap for them, and they're still making money now that theaters are
And
paying.
also,
so.
Kevin, 100% correct. Like they are absolutely trying to turn things around 100%.
Yeah.
But that's why it's all the more alarming to me because it's like you have Mandalorian, and even though Boba Fett wasn't widely received, like I feel like there are so many things like that were, I don't want to say better than Ahsoka, but like I don't know. It's a female driven cast, and like I just want more
Want
from
to
it.
like
I
it.
guess
Yeah.
I want more from it. That's it, and maybe that's me. You know.
We were
I
talking.
think it's
We were
just
talking about we all got shit to say, but I'm the later bite here. I'm taking it.
I'm taking my.
ahead.
We've all got issues with the duels, right? With the depiction
Yeah.
of the lightsaber. Like
Yes.
we can say that there's reasons for this, and I think that Sean's got a
Why?
great point
What are
that
the
our
reasons?
expectations evolve. I think that there are different reasons in terms of, do we want to go to like the Transformers action scene cuts? Like, because that's
No.
horrible trash.
No.
Like everything did that for like
Good comment,
8
Ryan.
years. And it was infuriating. So we tried to come back
Let
from
me see.
that. Although maybe
I'm just
maybe
like-
we've come back a little too
You know-
far. This is the spiciness that I wanted to say is that
You're one of the most.
I like
I'm
the
sorry.
little dance here
Go.
that's
I'm sorry.
spicy.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I totally interrupted you. Go.
is that I think that it could be or it may be just because I've had such good experiences with Star Wars cartoons at this point, with the Star Wars comic universe, which has been hot for the last 10 years. Like I just have had better experiences with lightsaber duels in the comic books and in the cartoons.
You mean in the comic books
Yeah.
that you imagine when you read them, and in cartoons that you see in animation?
The comic books that they publish.
Yeah.
Right, but you read them and you have a lightsaber battle
yeah.
in your mind.
Yeah, that's
you're
what I'm saying,
creating-
because you
You're
can kind of
creating
get exactly it occurs in your mind because you can get the slow like Pulp Fiction
Imagination
Joseph
is
Campbell
strong,
like
young
really
Padawan.
serious duel kind of thing in
see it.
combination with the snick wah like Yoda rabbit woodchuck in a blender kind of
And those fucking
battle.
chinchillas.
yeah
Marsupial.
Yes, yeah. I don't know. I just see the media expansion. Maybe it works better in other places than it does in TV right now.
I don't know. I feel like there's so many. I'm sorry, Sean. Do you want to talk?
No, the only thing I was going to mention is I wonder if we're getting stuff like this, which is a little more expected, safer, whatever have you, because of the lack of adoption from this fan set of things that explained and looked at more diverse stories or different stories within the universe, right? Like, I don't know how successful Star Wars Visions was. I don't know how successful Tales of the Jedi were, right? Like those kind of things
Right,
that
but you know
were,
how successful Mandalorian is.
I do
Yeah,
know how
it's not like not
Okay.
like the fan base is testy at all, Sean.
No, not at
Very
all.
true. My wife
just
did tell me
saying-
today, point blank, the reason she doesn't care about Ahsoka is there's no baby Yoda. There's no Grogu in it. And that is very hard. That is very hard for her to come to terms with. And I fell for her. I understand. I feel for her for sure. But yeah, so Ahsoka's just missing something at this moment, and hopefully they'll turn it around the last
It's,
4
you know what
episodes.
They
it's
need some
missing?
little puppet.
Fucking heart. It's missing heart.
Well,
She's emotionless.
I-
she doesn't give a shit
she
about
is
anything.
emotionless. That's a
She's
weird
fucking
thing.
she's doing less. She is doing less all the time. And like Ahsoka from Clone Wars, which I literally watched a half an episode of, it's not the same person. And if you wanna fuck around and be like,
I love that.
oh, what? I mean, okay, I watch half.
No, I love
episode.
it. I love it. It's
She was
got like a,
happy-go-lucky, like she had a quirky, like Brian's like, well, maybe she's like scorned because of the thing that was before that, and I'm like,
maybe she's gone
I'm
through
not
some
trying
shit,
to
you know.
existential fucking crisis into this bitch.
That's
I'm
my
just
Brian
saying,
impression, too.
People who watch this fucking show and like want something, like expect something, who watch Clone Wars, which by the way, no one has the time or the fucking bandwidth for that right now.
It's only 160 some odd hours. Come on.
Just get in there, like 22
Go fuck
episodes a
yourself.
season.
Like, gee, I barely have 1 hour to take a piss and shower. Like, we're working 19 jobs. Like, I don't even know what that means. My point is, like, she is so, she looks so much like, I liked her so much in Mandalorian and in Boba Fett. Like, I like the stoic thing, but like, we're in your world now. Like, don't just give me that. Give me all the things. Like, there's no way that you want to like her. There was literally, she's a fucking bitch. This other Sabine girl is a fucking, obviously like a bad kid who just wants to sneak out of the window at night and like go drink at a kegger with the guy that she met in what is it, geography, you know, like it's like a very like weird
Geography,
dynamic.
apparently.
You gotta take big
Social
swings
studies,
with the female
history. Like, I was
characters
just I
in
was
the
trying
Star
to
Wars
pick a
universe.
subject in
That's
school.
what everybody wants.
She's also a really bumbling like Padawan. Like she just like seems like she could be better at fighting in general.
My favorite scene that she had was
but
when she kept hitting
I do like it though.
on the shoulder when she was with the blindfold on.
I haven't
Right,
heard any
she's right.
sexist shit pop up in my feed. I don't know if that's just because the
Well, it's not
algorithms have
sexist.
changed. No, I'm just wondering because we've got a female lead. You would kind of expect like the way that it's been for the past
yeah.
while.
It's out
like,
there, Mike.
that
It's
stuff
out there,
would-
Mike.
Is it? It's just not being promoted the way that it was. They're trying to shut down
It's just not here on
the
Kruse
AI
Control.
promoting fascism on the internet.
I do think though, I think Dave Filoni, like, you know, like people have been saying, is trying to push us forward. I think we got more time. We got 4 more episodes. And I get like, we expect the world because this is like his baby and it's like him bringing
I
this
just
whole new
expect
universe.
a good lightsaber scene for fuck's sake.
I know. I still think it's pretty cool though.
Not
I'm
a
getting
lot.
more excited about it as it builds and gets further along because I'm a fan of this world. I really am. I'm a fan of space pirates, you know, just like just like Star Fox is a space pirate out there, everybody. But there's a Star Fox movie coming forward by Illumination, apparently, with Chris Hemsworth taking the realms as Fox McCloud. Now, if you know what this is, like, of course, it was a video game for Super Nintendo back in 1993. They had the spin-off. I mean, the 64 one was huge. It was Star Fox 64. That's a fucking great game. If you haven't played it, get a 64, plug that shit and get 3 hands and hold that controller and have a good time. But honestly, it's a great game.
What's
it's so
that third
much
hand
fun.
for?
Yeah.
Only you'll find out when you start playing.
Pleasure.
But Illumination, of course, who made the Super
Lava.
Mario Brothers movie, they're apparently behind this. Nintendo, they're trying to like. It's funny because I hear this and I hear Chris Hemsworth, who's also doing apparently Optimus Prime in the animated version of Transformers, bring back to Transformers. So he's getting into that Chris Pratt world. He's like, I'm going to start, you know, doing some VO for some big characters. But, you know, Fox McCloud's a pretty big one. Of course, bringing back his whole crew. Apparently, we're going to have, you know, all of them. Slippy the Toad's coming back, Peppy Hare, Falco Lambardini.
Boo-boo-boo-do.
All of them are coming back, you know. Boo. But it went from 1993 to 2016, Star Fox Zero, all these. But I hear about this, and I think one thing is going down. I really do, guys. I think that they're gonna start getting everybody together. You got Mario. Next, we'll do a Legend of Zelda. We'll get Zelda in there. We'll get Star Fox, and we'll do Super Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
The Avengers
movie. I could see
version.
that's where you were going.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Avengers lineup of all the
I am
Nintendo
fucking
guys.
here for
You got
that.
Donkey
Hell
Kong
yeah.
all together, taking
All
on the
right.
world. That's what I want to see. You know, I want that Smash Brothers movie. That's the Avengers. They assemble. Donkey Kong's throwing those barrels. Star Fox is shooting pictures down. Mario's like, ooh, let's do this. And he's like fucking hitting coins, eating mushrooms, having a great time. That's all I can say. You know.
Who doesn't like hitting coins and eating mushrooms? I mean, really.
But we hear this news, and do we think that it's going that direction, or is this just like, because the Nintendo thing with the whole Illumination and Legend of Zelda came out, they're saying it's not real, it is real, it's gone back and forth. It's just people getting their hopes up, or is this actually a thing that you can see Nintendo doing? Mike, do you think that Nintendo would do this, do like a melee of all these characters and bring them all together for one big assembly? And you think that Chris Hemsworth is a good person to kind of join in that gang and fucking kick some ass and shoot down all his evil nemesis and take down the villains of the world?
Okay, so let me answer number 7 of the 14 questions that you just asked me there, Brian. Number 1, Chris Hemsworth. We got enough Chris's.
Yep.
And not only do we have enough Chris's, but you got to get Lexi in the. Also, thanks for everybody your engagement in the chat, by the way. We haven't been able to talk about everything, but you guys got all kinds of great views. But Lexi will back me up on, like, not every stage actor who's focused on the face, the video portion of it, is giving us what we want in terms of voice acting. It's a little bit different battle. So on that edge, Chris Hemsworth, we want to see your muscles. Like if you're presenting content to us, like, don't deprive us of that. We don't need your voice. Like, come be a stud. You don't need to play a cartoon frog or whatever. Is Nintendo?
He's a fox, Mike.
I have no idea where you saw this. I did not expect it all that you were gonna go to Smash Brothers, but it's a natural extension of we got
somebody's
Mario.
had that thought for sure. Oh yeah,
totally,
yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
Mario
it's out there.
Or also after what was there were the other movies with I'm trying to think. John C. Reilly as the
yes,
Wreck-It Ralph.
And
Wreck-It Ralph,
Ralph, yes.
Wreck-It Ralph, or the other old school video game movies that have been for whatever reason, the video game companies seem okay to share their IP in the same universe. They're not so precious in that way. Precious. It's something that bring in more universes, Brian. There's room. You can play Gollum in Super Smash Brothers
together, man.
No.
Smash Bros 25. You get to play Samwise with Gollum on your back. And he swings him around. That's your special move. I see it happening. I like it. Like everybody likes it. I'm trying to think of who are the other individual IPs that are involved with Smash Brothers. Like, you got your
IP-ness.
Because the IP-ness is massive.
You have all the Marios, of course. All the Mario people. Luigi, got Waluigi. You got
Mario,
Donkey Kong. You got who else?
The IP-ness is Smash Bros has some of the largest IP-ness.
It's called
Kirby. We need a Kirby movie. Kirby, who played Kirby. Michael Cera playing Kirby. I don't know, putting that out there. But yeah, I think it could be cool. Sabrina, was this something you want to see? Do you think that Chris Hemsworth should play Star Fox?
Damn right over me. Don't care. Could care less. I don't
Come on, you like somebody. You like somebody. You like Kirby. You like Link. You like Mario. You like a scary Luigi in his mansion. You like somebody.
Okay. I like all I don't like this. I never played this game. I don't give a fuck about this game. I don't give a fuck about Hemsworth playing. Hemsworth is not, to be fair, I could say Hemsworth because I never know which is Liam and which is Chris. It's fucking alarming.
Chris is Thor.
Okay, so Chris, that's what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So, way to be rude. So okay. I don't think he's had a lot of voice over opportunity. And when we talked about him being Optimus Prime, I had the same exact point. Like, let's see him and how he does before we judge him on what he's gonna do, right? So that's my same exact opinion as I would give for any actor in any scenario. However, based on these pictures and a game I never played, I don't ever want to see any of this ever in my life. So hard pass, hard no, hard move on to Sean.
The universe isn't
more
that
positive about this.
The universe isn't that expanded, is it? Like Brian is in the 64 version. I know once they move to 3D, like is there a lot of background to all these characters? Because Star Fox
No, they
1,
just-
Star Fox 2, like it's more about being in the ship, like and blasting from the ship than it is about
Star
these.
Fox don't seem
The
to
Star
go
Fox
together as
Adventures
far as
one,
I'm
that one
concerned.
out there, actually, he was venturing out that bow and shit like that and beating bitches up. But no, I mean, the lore is not there. There's not much there.
Beating bitches up.
He
With
was
his
not
bow.
in Grand Theft Auto. I'm sorry.
That is extremely unfortunate sentence that just came out.
Sorry,
of my
Star
mouth.
Fox, canceled. Sean, what do you think about Star
You're
Fox? Do you think
canceled.
that Chris Hemsworth doing this is good? And can you see a Smash Brothers? What do you think this is leading to?
I'm just happy it's not Chris Pratt. You know,
Word
I
up.
think I'm yeah, I'd be happy to see this again. Like
Ugh.
Star Fox is a decent character, much beloved, you know, Nintendo property that I think that there's a lot of you know, kind of introduction. Yeah, if he plays it with that, I guess. But like, there's a lot that can be done with this character to kind of introduce him to a new, you know, generation of fans. You know, not as universally liked as Mario, hasn't has the longevity like a Sonic the Hedgehog, if you will. So I'd be fine seeing this if they really want to do it justice. I think that they have a lot of source material to go after. I mean, there was official mangas for this. There was you know, there was tons of games, although there hasn't
I don't
been
know what that
one
means.
since like 2017. But you know, if this leads to a Super Smash Brothers movie, I don't know. I'm not gonna make a stupid bet here and have to eat a hat on Cruise Control in like 40 years
We're all
or
gonna eat a hat
something
eventually.
like that. But yeah, maybe.
I'm not
But
eating any hats.
yeah, no, I agree with Ryan here. Like, yeah, as long as it's not Chris Pratt, I'm fine with it. I think a lot can be done. I think it would be a great introduction to a different arm of the Nintendo universe if there is one building. By all means, go for it.
Those characters have
Again,
probably
though-
had a lot more exposure at this point as Super Smash Brothers characters, as
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
both Falco and Star Fox. As I don't know what you call them. That like in tournament play, they are top tier. Like,
Yep.
if you're good at playing
Yep.
the game, you use those characters because they're incredibly
All the
fast.
time.
So
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
it makes sense that they might be making a Smash Bros move.
Superhero team, Nintendo people coming your way. What's that, Sabrina?
I'm not trying to act like I'm a big deal, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany and leather-bound books. But I was in the Tetris
Like Bill Maher.
tournament play situation.
Oh yeah, you Bill Maher.
Just saying.
Oh,
That
I
Tetris
played
world.
ninth in Tetris overall when I was like, I don't know, 9.
I mean, they could have some
Wow.
bricks falling and shit too. They can incorporate all that into this. You know, it could be fun. It could be a fun world to dive into because the IP-ness of Nintendo is insane. They've got so many products moving forward. They have so many ideas moving forward. Since Mario did so well, they're thinking, what else can we do? Because we have so many opportunities to keep making every kind of project and bring them all together. And that leads me to another topic because the Alien franchise is kind of doing that same thing. And that leads me to our featured story of the night. Let's get it. Cha-cha.
Oh, we got there already. We're way over.
Oh yeah, way over. Way over. We lost. We went
Way
down
over.
twice. We came back. We had a good time.
Jesus.
We square rooted that sumbitch and sent it packing. But I want to talk about some alien stuff right now because before we wrap it up tonight, you know, Mike said last week we should talk about aliens. We're talking about how much stuff's happening with aliens recently. Well, I'm gonna break this down because there's Alien Rami that's coming out. This is a big one. They finished shooting this one. It's Alien 7. It's the 7th one, but it's its own world. It's like just doing its own thing. It's living in its own world. It's a whole new story. Doesn't involve the Prometheus stuff. Not involve Ridley Scott's thing. It's its own thing coming out. They officially announced that it's going to be like, of course, Alvarez did this. The director who did like what was it, Evil Dead, the new reboot of Evil Dead. He did that, and like I like that. I think they did a good job directing that. It could be kind of
Yeah, it
cool
was
to
good.
take to the Alien franchise, right? It's a good idea. It's a good director, and they said it's coming out though August 16th, 2024. But on top of that, we talk about there's this show. There's the FX show, and that's its own different thing too. It takes place on Earth. And it has, that's all they're saying, because they've never taken place on Earth. I heard it's a prequel, but there's that one that's shut down. And Ridley Scott, too, on top of that, said that he wants to finish the Prometheus franchise and release one more movie to finalize that whole story and wrap that all up. And it's like, for me, it's a lot of content going forward in the alien world. And of course, aliens are very relevant these days. I feel like everyone is talking about aliens, whether it be the government, because people are seeing UFOs everywhere. And there's all this stuff coming out about, maybe aliens are real. Maybe they're not. There's whistleblowers. Is this a thing that art is imitating life again? We talked about AI before on here. That's why it's a bigger conversation for me. We talked about AI and how there's a bunch of movies are imitating that because, of course, that's the way society is going. Well, the alien thing's been so relevant, and there's so many alien movies coming out. And there's also another alien movie coming out that I think looks pretty cool as well, that I'm like, oh, maybe it's a whole thing that's like a whole new, well, it's an old genre, but a genre that's getting much more play these days because of the world we live in right now and how much people are fascinated by it. And, from all the, whistleblowers to Bob Lazar back in the day, there's a lot of people that have talked about aliens, and now I think it's kind of becoming a big thing. But there's also this movie, I just want to, even though this is like, we're going late, it's the end of the night, but there's this trailer I want us to watch fast about aliens because it's called No One Will Save You. And I think it's pretty fun. So let's check it out, everybody. Let's talk about some aliens. Here it is, a trailer for No One Will Save You. Watch out.
No. Sorry.
You objecting to the threat of home invasion there, Sean?
A little bit. You just see a little head.
It's like,
Okay. Oh, he's on the bed.
Scary.
Oh.
Oh!
I can't even see that bright. How do you even see that?
Your brightness up.
Is this an alien movie that seems like a spooky, scary Shyamalan?
Oh!
It kind of does.
Wait!
Oh! Now we're poltergeist territory.
Who has a landline?
We used to use phones with cords.
How else are you supposed to attract aliens? You need a ground-based network.
1974, when I can correct my neck by putting my arm up in the air. Yeah.
Oh, it's Home Alone!
7 of those.
Uh-oh.
That safe was gonna hit you in the face, bitch.
Marv, is that the name of one of the wet bandits?
Yeah,
Marv is busting through.
Oh, I'm fucking in.
I didn't see this trailer. This is better than the trailer I saw. This one has a lot more explosions.
Hulu, fuck you.
I know, Hulu. Coming to Hulu, everybody, September 22nd. But I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, honestly, thrills, aliens, coming to get you.
That's aliens. I think that's a movie about home invaders that sneak into your home with propane tanks and butane lighters. Like, that's all I saw.
Tickle you with your pillowcase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Krista, what up, girl?
Hey, Krista. Yeah, I mean, the whole alien thing, though, like I saw this, there's so much stuff happening with aliens these days.
Nice.
And yeah, Bob Lazar. But Mike wanted to talk about aliens. So, Mike, this is all the stuff coming forward with aliens. There's this trailer right here. I thought it was fun. It's kind of a little nod to that world. Mm-hmm. But also, like, there's a lot of projects, and you said this universe is a good place to go to. You think it's untapped material. Do you think, now that you've heard about all this stuff and you've seen this new trailer for another alien type deal, think it's a good universe to keep delving into, or do you think that maybe it's too much now that we've seen more?
This movie, No One Will Save You, is canonically alien? This is a question.
No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not.
It's not. Okay, so that's more of a generalized, like, the alien sphere if we're all...
Yeah, that's what I thought was fun.
Yeah, it's not illegal aliens.
Yeah.
Bill Maher reference.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see more alien stuff. I've seen. I'm so remiss to mention this on recorded media on the internet forever. I have one instance of seeing strange and explained light phenomena over Lake Michigan
Oh
probably
shit.
25 years ago at this point. Like there were several other people that saw it. It was interesting. Don't want to get into it. I'm not saying that there was anything supernatural or
Save it
aliens.
for
I don't
Patreon,
Was
Mike.
it Dogman? Was it Dogman?
We'll save it for the Patreon.
Save
Do
it for
aliens
Patreon.
exist? Brian asked this question. Do aliens aliens exist? Yes, aliens exist. The universe is an incredibly big place. Us on the Earth right now, we are aliens. We are proof that this kind of weird shit happens occasionally. At least very occasionally, it does happen that you have Sigourney Weaver's face getting licked by a xenomorph.
She's
You know, like
supremely hot.
she is great. And if we're talking about Ahsoka and we're talking about really incredible female
Ahsoka?
protagonists,
Is that her name?
Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Ahsoka.
that's
I
okay.
don't fucking know. I don't know how to say her fucking name.
No, I know. I did have to look it up before the other day.
I ask every
Ahsoka.
time. I literally ask every time. I don't know how to say it.
Ahsoka.
Like
Ahsoka,
if
me
you
too.
if you're
Like a
looking for the
super
best
soaker.
best
I like that
brand
too.
of water gun,
Ahsoka.
you want
Ahsoka.
soup Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with this when I was talking about it last week, Brian. The
Well,
the,
I
the
gave it to you,
alien
Mike.
universe. Okay, so we've got the Marvel universe, right?
Yep.
Their talent pool is just expanded beyond
Dwindling.
what
It's dwindling.
that's the thing. They need
but
to
now it's dwindling.
they need to well now, yeah, and there's other stuff going on. They need to bring it back to the, to the core so we can be reinvested into their properties. Same thing with Star Wars, whereas with Alien
2 hops is 10. 2 hops is 10. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Like it was like you're literally describing that hideous song. What is that song? You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I was just going with you and nodding along.
Are you talking about Cha-Cha Slide?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know how you got there from talking about the Alien franchise, but
Oh.
Godspeed.
Let's go there.
Your audio keeps. Let's go there. All right, Sean, go. I'm sorry, Mike, go.
No, that was a Sabrina go. It's incumbent
not me
upon
go.
you to explain how you got there from
No,
you got to
that's what
Cha-Cha
you
Slide
said.
from
What you
Aliens.
said-
Sans the cha-cha slide.
What you said sounded like something. Okay, never mind.
But I think that
It
I
happens.
agree. I
It
think
happens. I
that
do the
this
same
is
thing.
some of these movies are great. I'm all for it too. Like Alien seems like it is a world where you can kind of get into it more, and I think that it is very poppy right now. People are
The
freaking
whaling-
digging it.
it was
People want to hear
probably-
about it, And
Well,
people have experiences like
it was
that. Mike.
probably because I was having a Fassbender moment last week on Wednesday, so I wanted to expand more into the Fassbender verse.
All about that Fassbender.
So,
I told
so-
you
and-
watch Fishbowl.
I would take another Prometheus movie, like this. Like like Breathing. I would love to see that.
Are you down for a third one?
Yeah, it's I know it's gonna suck. But I still would love to see, kind of
more of the universe. That's what I'm saying.
I want
No.
to be fully executed. Absolutely.
Ugh.
Just like I want William Gibson to get his own shit back. Like,
This
come
is exactly what I was gonna say. It's the dystopia that we need because Alien gripped back into the limbic system of that terrified monkey that we all have inside of us. Like,
yeah, I honestly like and Prey. That movie. I've talked about Prey so often here, but like that has done so much. I think for interest in the Predator movies. Like I would love to see Alien be given the same treatment. And just kind of, kind of bring it back up to what it could be before it got campy and the AVPs and all that kind of shit. I think we're in a good time here. I think it is interesting. We're getting a lot of Alien movies around the same time with all this disclosure and whistleblowers and all that kind of shit. But I think it's also just a little bit of life imitating art a little bit, or art imitating life, whatever you want to say it. I think that trailer looks awesome. I think it looks like, I got like some vibes of what was that movie with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt where you can't make a noise?
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place. I got a little
Yes.
Quiet Place vibes from it a little bit.
totally.
Like, it looks cool. The trailer did what it needed to do.
Very
right?
pastiche. A lot of references. It looked like basically just references to previous
That's
popular
exactly it. Yeah,
things.
like
Yeah.
you
To
could
be
pull,
fair, yeah.
like I got Signs vibes from it. I got Poltergeist,
I said-
a little bit of Poltergeist from that too. Like
That's
you know, like
good
I think that there's enough there to keep me interested. And yeah, I think I am with Mike. Probably no surprise. I do think aliens are real. Because the universe is just that goddamn big, and we're
Yep.
probably just
Billions and
we'll
billions.
scratch none of it in our lifetime at least. So there you go.
I mean, I saw something too one time when I was a kid. We were like 8 years old at a friend's birthday party. Shout out to Big Pete. But we had a birthday party for Big Pete.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to Big Pete. And we were like, he had this like backyard, huge window, and overlooked a church. Guardian Angels Church. Shout out to Guardian Angels.
Yeah, up on the hill.
And there were like there was like 3 stars, or it looked like stars, like lights flashing in a diamond. And they kept spinning around in a circle.
Mike, you weren't there?
And then there were lights coming into the diamond and then flying out, and then coming in and flying out, and coming in and flying out. And it happened all night. We were like 8 years old. We were like freaked out. We had like a little tape recorder. We're like, and now the light flew in again, and we documented the whole thing. And we were all the next day like, did we see that?
I've never
and then,
heard this from you before, Brian. I've never heard this.
And as the sun started, because we stayed up all night, we're high on Mountain Dew and fucking cheesy poops. You know what I mean? And
Hey, shout out Mountain Dew, friend of the show.
Yeah, good old Mountain Dew and Moon Mist. I love them both.
Mountain Dew is not a
So
friend of the
and
show.
then like all of a sudden, like the sun starts coming up, and all the lights that are like kind of gathered, they all disappeared, and then all 3 of those lights that were still in that triangle flew in opposite directions, like everywhere. They all disappeared. It's like zhoof, and it was all gone.
It was
And
very
the next
fast,
day,
right? Like just
very
just
fast.
zoom.
And the next day, Manistee said there was a weather balloon. Not even gonna lie to you. Back in Manistee,
really?
Michigan, there's a
They
weather
said-
balloon
they
that
said weather
crashed
balloon?
down.
Manistee?
Yep,
There's
Manistee.
a weather balloon in
always
Manistee
a
where no one
Manistee
has ever.
weather
They said
balloon.
weather balloon for
Unbelievable.
real. I
They said
wasn't
weather
aware of
balloon.
that. That's
I
interesting.
said weather balloon
Unbelievable.
because I freaked out and I was telling my parents like weather balloon. I'm like, that's not a fucking weather balloon. I didn't say that. I'm like, that's not a weather balloon. That's not,
That's your voice
parents
goes
are out,
18
I don't know, but
He was
yeah,
8 years old. Of course, he sounded like
Balls hadn't
that.
dropped yet. Come on.
Yeah, they're gonna drop eventually, dude.
For solidarity's sake, Brian. Yeah, that's exactly the same kind of phenomenon that I saw. Was like lights moving in sequence together, and then they went like formation. Thank you.
Yeah.
And went,
like Star Fox flying away.
It sounds like advanced drones. It sounds like drones.
Yeah.
Like, and it seems like Lake Michigan is a
Not
great
you,
place,
Mike. I'm
probably
sorry.
to what?
They're probably living in Lake
I gave a
Michigan.
finger and it wasn't to you. It was to the.
Yeah, I think probably
Mine's
the
you.
Great Lakes are a good place to test your drone technology, or a
Why
great
not?
place for aliens to come extract our resources because it's the maximum source of fresh water on the planet.
What?
There you
They're
go.
always looking for water. They're
Those
looking for
fuckers.
water.
The more you
Those
know.
fuckers.
Independence
The
Day.
more you know.
I've seen
Looking for
Either
Independence
the
Day.
water or the water kills them. One of the two.
They're looking for water.
Right.
They're
Looking for water. Always looking for
Either
water.
way, we're fucked. Yeah.
But I
Or
love
saved.
movies like this.
Either fucked or
because-
saved, Sean.
Yeah, maybe
knows?
saved,
We're
maybe
fucked.
saved.
Who knows?
Even though most movies are like this one, they're like, oh, no one will be saved. They say,
know,
but
Ryan, I'm joking.
but we have to fear. We have to always plan for the worst and be pleasantly surprised by the best. That's what I would say. Sabrina, though, do you like this at all? Is this for you? And
Do I like this?
do you have any alien phenomena in your life?
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I don't have any alien phenomenon in my life. I think I'd be a much more interesting person if I did. I feel like this is. I also believe in aliens. Kudos to my clap in a circle. Shout out to Lynn McCullough. I feel like this is like there's always grasping at straws situations. I don't know whether this is or this is not. However, I do believe in life beyond this planet, obviously. So I don't know. I think this movie looks good. As far as like working out more Prometheus / Alien franchise, that's what I got for you. No, don't do it. No.
And I show a little Wes Anderson alien stuff too, but
Oh yeah, Asteroid City now on Peacock.
now
So weird,
streaming.
by the way. Just watched it. Super weird.
Yeah, of course it is.
Is
Oh,
it
it's on
pretty?
Amazon Prime Video.
It's
as
very
well.
pretty.
Look at that. I'm gonna watch.
It's
the
very
fuck out of
pretty.
this.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It's very weird. Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum. What an alien. That's all I can say.
Ah!
Sabrina, bitch.
Sorry, you got
Hey,
you got gift capabilities.
Sorry, David.
Yeah. I just think that, the Wes Anderson thing, the way they represented it it's odd. I mean, it's Wes Anderson. That's what it is. You know, the way they did the aliens and that too. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's very
You
odd.
think he's an alien, Ty? Are you talking
Yeah.
about he's so good he's an alien?
Yeah. But the
Martian.
whole alien thing, the alien world has been blowing up. They have all these projects moving forward. Like I said, we got another movie, maybe another movie
No
for
shit,
Prometheus.
Big Bang.
We got the TV show that shut down. Again, not coming back anytime soon because of strike. And then also you got stuff like this because everyone's piggybacking off it. Just like the AI thing to make, art based off of reality we're going through right now, which I think is awesome. And I'm all excited to see all these projects moving forward. And you know what? Bring me some more alien stuff. Let's keep doing that because why the hell not, right, Mike? Let's keep doing it and let's keep moving forward and let's keep talking about it because, as they said on the X-Files, I want to believe. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for being here on Kruse Control tonight. I know we went over. Sorry about the technical things. I don't know what happened. We had a fucking fuse that's going nuts. I'm going to go take that fuse box, slap it 3 times, turn it sideways, and call it silly. Then it'll work tomorrow. That's what I hope, Hopefully, I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Checking it out. Sabrina, thank you for being here as always, my lovely
you're
co-host.
welcome.
Hope you had a great time tonight. Happy hump day.
Amazing.
Yeah. Sean Sutherland, welcome back on this Hump Day edition. Thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate you being here, talking about the news and having a good time. So happy Hump Day,
Thank you so
man.
much for having me. Yeah, please keep your clothes on.
Keep the clothes on. Mike Casey, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. As always, hope you had a great time. Happy Wednesday. And
Tell your
can't wait to talk some
aliens,
more.
tell your aliens, tell your xenomorphs,
Yeah.
tell your
Yes.
badass
Yes.
lady astronauts,
Let
tell your frightening.
Mike's gonna take this one.
Take this out.
And as always, everybody, Mike's gonna tell you. Tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, your nephews, your grandmas, your grandpas.
Tell your squishy aliens made out of foam covered in KY jelly. Tell your frightening light formations in the sky. Tell your children you love them. That's all I got.
And all those little aliens that are so microscopic they scare you because you have no idea they're there, but they're there every time they get into your pants, your underpants. They crawl up your butt, but they're aliens. Don't
It's
fuck
not
with
that
them.
easy.
Don't fuck
It's
with
not
the
that
chinchillas.
easy.
I think those
It's
chinchillas are
It
also
takes
aliens.
skill
That's all I'm
when he
saying.
does
The
what he's
xenomorphs,
doing.
the fucking
No, it doesn't. But
quadriplegic
also
aliens that splooge all over your face at night and they scare you, but they take you on their helicopter. That's actually an airplane, but it's actually a UFO, and then it flies away to Pluto and comes back to Uranus and then back down to Earth and says, "Go fuck yourself. We love your cows. Suck it, suck it, suck it." Tell all those marsupial to Kruse Control.
He makes it
Like
look
our
easy.
stuff. Join our Patreon if you can. And as always, everybody, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you every night on Kruse Control. We'll be back for our Friday edition of Kruse Control. And as always, everybody, what do we say when it's the end of the night? I say, have a great night and see ya.
I can't do it, but I love it. See ya.